let's have it. As we have to the top left-hand side, our blue Terran player who just took down Mana 2-1. This is Cass. Up against the beautiful red Protoss on the bottom right side from the Netherlands. Got a little hiccup in there. This is Harstem. Game 1 of this best of 3 qualifying match. TLO with the host. Sorry, TLO, I did not see you when that came in just a couple minutes ago. Thanks so much for that. Obviously, on a 3-minute delay as well. Thanks so much for the host, TLO. Appreciate it. Guys, you joined us for the last few games of the WCS EU qualifier tonight. Thank you for tuning in, and thanks for joining us. It's going to be a fun day. Well, it has been a fun day, and it's going to be a fun last game or so. This is probably our last series, Cass versus Harstem. Probably wrapping it up after this and calling it a day right then and there. So, thanks for dropping by. Again, if you're new to the stream, say hello, but also hit that follow button because it's greatly appreciated. You can see when I'm casting again in the future. Don't forget, we've got more WCS qualifiers in about 18 hours' time, so we'll be live for that again tomorrow. And, yeah. Awesome. Good to have you guys with us. Oh, sorry, just taking a moment to catch a breather because it's been a little bit, it's been a little bit of a crazy day, and we just came out of a long game straight into this one, no downtime at all. So, give me a moment just to catch a moment. As you do see, Harstem coming across with this probe. SCV Scout has confirmed it is just a very regular expansion. That's all you really want to see right now as the Terran player. Just a quick check. Yep, okay, he's expanding. Cool, perfect. And you see the Stargate dropping down from Harstem. And the Nexus on the natural, obviously, because it was scouted, is obviously coming up. Oh, command center here from Cass in the meantime. Also going to be established. Stargate is the choice of tech from Harstem. And, I mean, Harstem likes the Stargate, but we'll definitely change it up throughout the course of the series, I'd imagine. Stargate gives you a lot of map control for the oracles. The revelation is very good. We've seen in general the Phoenix being used to deal with early aggression lately quite a lot. And so Phoenix definitely has made a bit of a re-emergence, resurgence I should say. A resurgence in the meta quite heavily lately. So just because the Terrans are being so aggressive, Phoenix actually are so good against aggression. Like if it's a 2-tank push, boom, Phoenix can lift up the tanks to take them out of the fight basically straight away. You can get so much done. As you see the probe coming over, and we see this Adept coming across towards the upper left side. So Adept's going to be shading up towards the upper left in Harstem. And we'll see first a little bit of information for himself here, as he doesn't see all too much. Just a couple of Marines. And the Oracle obviously coming across now should be able to. Couple of Marines dealing just a little bit of damage there, as we do have the Oracle. Just not going to be able to find too many opens, so there's a lot of Marines. Good scout though, sees everything in that main, Cloak Banshee included, so sees the tech choices and knows what's coming. Needs to maybe save that Oracle energy to revelate a Banshee. He only has the one Oracle, so it's a bit risky to just rely on this for the Cloak Banshees. So something like going in towards the Robo facility ASAP would be kind of nice here. See a shield battery for the moment, as the Oracle just flies home. I guess the Oracle is going to have 2 revelations on it, so as long as he hits those, he should be okay. And in the meanwhile, I mean, because it is expensive just to throw down a Robo to get an Observer, it's a lot of gas. Meanwhile, the Blink on the way up as well. He did get a Twilight Council coming up nice and quickly. Blink about halfway done. The Forge drops down in the main base as well. Third Nexus from Harstem already coming through nice and quick. And again, I feel like he's got a good setup to deal with the Banshee play. Banshee number 1 though, coming around the back. No shield battery on the natural. It'll go all the way into the main, that Banshee. Harstem's moving across. Where's the Oracle? Just go. Okay, it is over here, but it's towards the third base, not the main. So shield battery should help to keep a couple of probes safe here in the main base. And Harstem will just be a little bit unlucky to move his units over towards the third. As whoa, action in the center. Stalker's gonna run into that fight and gonna have to start backing away. Bunch of Marines coming across with these couple of tanks. This entire shield battery energy was drained, as we're going to be seeing. This did distract a little bit here, so now we're going to get to see the opportunity for the Phoenix to show just what they can do. Stalkers, though, going to blink on the tank right away. Doesn't get it. Tank's not sieged up yet, but now it will be. And the SCVs are repaired. So that was a blink that didn't actually get Harstem anything at all. As Cass pressing this third base and Adept going down. 7 probes killed so far. Phoenix around the back, going to lift the tanks up so you can blink in underneath. He'll target down Siege Tank number 1. Siege Tank number 2 needs to be the next target, but I mean, the Phoenix are going down, being targeted by Marines already. Oracle throws down a Revelation, so the Banshee can be seen. Tank is dropped again, though. The Phoenix have all gone down, and Harstem's under a lot of pressure here towards the third base. He is in some real trouble right now. Marines are going to keep pressing forwards, and they are going to be able to get rid of a Stalker. Another Stalker or 2. I mean, actually, this game might just end right now. Like, the Banshee damage added onto all of this actually just adds so much into it. The bunker actually came up as well, even if it is super low. Oracle goes down. The Phoenix is going to drop the tank, and so all of a sudden, we still have the tank shots coming through. The Banshee finally falls with Harstem. There's no way that this works out. The bunker is going to stay alive, and he gets another Stalker kill. And now we're seeing actually these couple of Marines pulling away. They're going to come in. I mean, this Nexus, 180 health and dropping and dropping and dropping. It's tough. This bunker's just out of range of it. At some point, does Cass just stop it trying to kill the Nexus? I mean, all said and done, resources lost, yeah, massively in favor of Cass. There's no way a follow-up from Cass doesn't just kill Harstem as long as he's been macroed, but he wasn't macroing perfectly. He's got a lot of minerals in the bank right now. And as Harstem just holds the Nexus, he might somewhat survive this. Now again, income advantage is definitely in Cass's favor. Harstem had it before now though, so you know what? Maybe there's a way. Maybe there's a way to do this for Harstem. I think like obviously Cass floating money and so on obviously helps Harstem a whole bunch get back into this. There's a lot of things that are going to help Harstem back into this perhaps. Not having upgrades is not one of them though. His +1 armor will be behind that of his opponent's +1 attack already done, so it means that Cass has quite a lot of damage output right now already. Forge coming up in the back of this main base. +1 armor coming through a Robo facility. I just feel as though like in about a minute we're going to see the repercussions of how much damage that attack did. Cass's supply will explode and he's just going to push and kill Harstem. Is what I feel, but I guess we're gonna see. A couple more bio units coming across the 2 Widow Mines, joining up here as well, and across to the bottom right they go. So here we go, the Cass army. Can Harstem find a way to defend this? Well, let's find out. What's up, Nozneb782? Thank you so much for the 5-month resub. Hope you're doing well, my friend. As well, the Stalkers blink back. The Zealots have charge in a moment or so. Absolutely, desperately needs the charge. Blinks back to give the Zealots room to charge forwards. Must be careful about the Widow Mines, though. They are Revelated, so you can maybe get rid of a couple kind of before they fire. Oh, pulls back a little bit. The Widow Mine shots don't do too much. Blinks in for one of the kills. Harstem defending at the moment. Again, having kept that third base alive was obviously quite essential. Nice pickup by Cass on that Marauder. But then a nice blink from Harstem to pick up 2 more on the low ground there, as they're just trying to scramble up to the high ground with the rest of the army. Well, Harstem's going to even up the upgrade shortly. He's going to get a couple of Widow Mines as this starts to happen. A couple of Widow Mines will go off though as well. And that is painful because as the Zealot numbers thin out, while these sentries are in trouble and the Stalkers will generally be in trouble, there's a lot more Widow Mines to go. Those Widow Mine shots were brutal. They coated the Zealots, and again, it's a It's a tough little fight at that point. As you see the Bio continue to press in. The Zealots keep dropping. So Zealot after Zealot going down. The Stalker's taking damage as well. I mean, the Phoenix comes in with a lift on the Marauder. And this is pretty much going to be it. As you see the Pylon going down. More Zealots starting to charge in here, but this is pretty much going to be over. As you see the last few Stalkers continue to go down. Cass just did too much with the initial push. Got himself ahead in game number 4 beautiful months. I appreciate it as we jump into game 2 between Cass and Harstem. Cass being the red tower in the top left side. A Parasite. First SCV already going across the map. As to the bottom right side, our blue Protoss player is Harstem. Okay, so SCV from Cass coming down to the bottom and going to be obviously throwing down that Rax in a moment or so. We'll see how much he proxies here in the end. Is it just going to be the barracks for the Reaper? Is there going to be a lot more than that? That's what we're looking towards right now. So that first Rax coming down. As we do have the double gas at home, so we're going to see what kind of proxy it is. Harstem probably just going to PvT for the next minute or so. Set up into a Nexus and a core. Now obviously at this stage Harstem doesn't know what's going on. He chooses not to probe scout. It's a very large map in general, so usually you feel quite safe from this map, although obviously against proxies that doesn't really bring much into play. Harstem not scout. What does Cass do? He doesn't have the gas for a factory on this side, not just yet. And he will send his SCV forward, so oh, the probe sees it. Okay. The probe sees the SCV. That doesn't reveal anything yet. Obviously, Harstem's scout is fairly late, so he will not see the Rax isn't at home for a while. The factory is at home, though, so it is just really this Reaper that's going to be committed in towards the main. Man, I tell you what, usually you make like 1 or 2 Reapers and you fly the Rax home, but that's going to be a hell of a flight on Parasite. That's like a, it's like a transatlantic at least. As we see the Reaper pops in. And we'll be moving up in towards the main base to try and deal some damage here. So here it goes. Reaper comes over and the grenade goes down to bop some of those probes. Bop they go. As we see the Reaper again picks off a picks off a probe already and looking for another. And we've seen the probe here from Harstem continue to come up in towards the upper left hand side as well. And just going to be seeing the factory dropping down a tech lab. So factory drops down tech lab. Starport will build as well now on the far right hand side. And a couple of Reapers from Cass are going to be heading in to again pick up some more damage. I mean, so far gets another probe. Has the exit point on this top side as well, so can stay away from that adept. And yes, flight 307 to northwestern Parasite base has left and is currently en route. Not even delayed. Starcom Cass Airlines are some of the happiest in the business. That's why they have these little happy stars on their flights. Because everyone is a happy little star. Reaper is going to end up backing away here. Adept is going to just about get some damage on onto the Reapers, but doesn't kill anything. Oh, dies for the Adept. Adept for a Reaper. That's okay. I mean, obviously it means Cass can't harass as much. It means there's one less Adept on the map. Like, these Reapers are hitting the end of their life cycle anyways. They're going to start being not so great anymore very shortly. As we do see the Cyclone here from Cass is going to be heading out onto the map. It's going to come all the way around the right-hand side, seeing what's going on. Cloak on the Banshee. So again, proxying that starport, going to be putting that to use in just a few moments. A couple extra gates on the way down, and again, just going to be seeing... I mean, Cass all about the aggression, right? It has Macfield accelerated now. There's Cyclone coming in. Banshee about to hit the main. You know what? Harstem is only going to have an Oracle for detection. Like, only an Oracle. Shield battery in the natural, but not in the main base yet. Cyclone locks onto a Stalker. Gets that kill. It is double Oracle, so he does have a lot of detection. Which is good, because the first Oracle doesn't have energy anymore after he needs to kill the Cyclone. Next Cyclone coming across the map. I tell you what, Cyclones are going to be very good against Oracles now that the armor tag is going to be on them if they go mag field. Man. In the patch notes, the Oracle is meant to get an armor tag instead of light. I'm actually really intrigued to see how that goes. It's going to make the Oracle a lot tankier against certain units, but it's kind of interesting. Again, though, shield battery in this main base, but the Revelation is there nearby already. We'll get 3 workers, just doesn't quite get 4. And as you see, the probe just hanging out on the far right side. Banshee of Cass heading back towards the upper left-hand side. Going to be heading home and looking to stay nice and safe. And as you see, Blink on the way up on the Twilight Council. A couple of extra gateways going to start coming down as well, plus the Forge. It's a gate forge and another gate as well. Very nicely done here as you see the probes jumping back in towards the assimilator. And yeah, looking good. Rax hanging out on the starport, hanging out in this tech lab still. Obviously, I think Harstem at this point saw that, so he knows where that is. And all said and done, Cass is down on 38 workers against, 32 workers against 50. He just hasn't done that much with any of this proxy play. So, without a lot of damage done, it's a bit of a rough little situation at the moment. As the Banshee will come up the left-hand side, all the way towards the upper left side of this. There goes those Phoenix and the Oracle as well, also looking to potentially find some damage. Harstem's third Nexus is up and running though, and I'll show you guys the income in a second. Let's watch this Banshee first. I mean, there's a shield battery here, so what are you actually going to be able to do? You come in and you're going to get like a couple of shots, and it's like, well, cool, like, doesn't really do that much, does it? Revelation, you get 1 probe, and I mean, it's just really not much at all. Let's look at the income. You can see how Harstem is very easily going into a heck of a position with this. Mining more and more and more as time passes by. It's only increasing now that his third base is fully saturated. So it's a little rough as we do see the army here of Harstem actually moving across the map to perhaps get a little aggressive. So moving across and moving in towards the natural expansion. I mean, Cass doesn't have a third base. He doesn't even have a third CC. Harstem has no reason to attack in. And as the starport evacuated a little bit, and oh no, it's going to fly through the Phoenix. This poor medevac did not expect to end up over here. Lifts up the Cyclones as well, so the Sorgers can get underneath, and even more free kills for Harstem, picking up the damage. What do you do as Cass? I actually really don't know anymore. Like, your third base is so delayed. Your medevacs are flying in from the right side of the map. Like, what on earth do you do next? I mean, I'm surprised Harstem didn't realize that the starport was hidden away somewhere still by that medevac flying in. Man, this is crazy. A few Phoenix and the 2 Oracles going to press forwards. Revelation goes down. Gets a few Marines in a tank. Again, this army of Harstem is just going to have to back up a little bit, of course, and just wait to try and come in and deal with this attack of Cass, which is now moving forward. So here we go. The 2 tanks, the medevac, the Marines. All of this together right now as we have the army of Cass coming down the right side. Immortal is going to get assaulted by a few of these Marines as well, but shield battery is good and it keeps it alive. Oh, the stasis ward's going to buy Harstem time as well, but you cancel that 4th base, that doesn't matter. As the tanks get lifted up anyways, he might not even need to cancel it. Harstem is so far ahead, it's actually a little bit disgusting how far ahead he is. GG's. I mean, this was a disgustingly one this lobby or into this game. It took about 3 minutes, but I think the players just needed a couple of minutes break. Obviously, it's a big game coming up. Got to play your best. Got to be focused. Make sure you're had enough water to drink. Make sure you've done your pre-game ritual. Make sure you've got your WCS celebration tweet ready. Because obviously you're going to win. Well, one of them will. Top right side. Our red Terran player. This is Cass. And at the bottom left-hand side, our blue Protoss. We've got ourselves a Harstem. Alright. Does MMR extend to the negative range? I can scientifically say that I tried to test that out today, and turns out, no, it doesn't. Oh man, there is a spam of exclamation mark merches in the chat. Ay, ay, ay. Ay, ay, ay. So, best of 3 qualifying match. Winner goes to WCS Winter. Obviously, the next couple days, there's obviously other qualifiers as well. So this is not the players' last chances. But obviously, it would be nice not to have to play a 6-7 hour qualifier tomorrow. I mean, this is 6.5 hours long now, this qualifier today. Well, actually, just over 6. It's actually not the longest qualifier. The NA qualifier went on for like 9 hours or something ridiculous. AC, shut up about snapbacks. Ay, ay, ay. I do believe in snapbacks. All the merge pictures broken for other people? Oh no, are the merge pictures broken? I hope Streamlabs isn't dying. No, they work for me. I can see them just fine. But maybe I'm just special. Based on my ladder performance today, I'm also not special. Ripper hops back down to the low ground as we are going to be seeing the Adept going to come and chase it down. Ripper obviously just trying to see what's going on here. Just a single shot off the Adept, and we'll take another as it escapes away. So Cass just trying to pick up some early info. Stargate on the way up from Harstem, going to be completing in a moment or two. So Stargate about to finish up, and the starport from Cass coming in on the main base. So starport coming in there. As you also see the couple of SCVs getting mining on the natural. There's that Reaper heading across, coming up through the center, ready to move in towards the upper right side. Couple of racks on the way down from Cass as well. Viking on the way out of the starport. I mean, the early game here is actually pretty slow and steady from the both of them. It's looking pretty slow. Sort of just picked up, by the way, game 2 against Geralt. So sort of will qualify as well. There's the Oracle coming in, but into a Widow mine, and it gets blown up. And Cass will explode that Oracle, and will be very happy with that. Doesn't have to deal with that anymore. So no use out of the early unit committed in from Harstem. Going into that Blink follow-up now, and a couple of gates coming with it. Rebuilds the Oracle as well. So rebuilds that Oracle and gets that started up. Stimpack and +1 upgrade is going to be coming in from Cass. As again, his bio setup here, the 3 racks is ready to go. Again, Marine is a Widow mine, just gathering this together. Again, Stim Combat Shields +1, all of this getting set. There's that Forge coming in from Harstem over on the natural expansion as well, so getting that started up. As the third base of Harstem also going to be finishing soon. Now this time, it doesn't look like there's going to be any sort of siege tank push, right? So that's how Cass got very far ahead back in game number 1. It doesn't seem to be happening here right now for game number 3, so again, just setting up bio. And yeah, waiting for that bio army to build up a little bit, but it does give Harstem some time to build up himself without worry and without concern. Blink about to complete from Harstem. Adept is just chilling, kind of patrolling away in the corner. And the third Nexus is just pumping out some probes right there. +1 attack. About to finish up on the engineering bay. Obviously, with Harstem having blink, he feels confident enough to take a bit of map control here. He can blink away most of the time to kind of stay safe. Moving in and seeing what he can do. Thank you so much, Fear Dragon, for the tier 2 resub for 36 months. Says, hi Wardy, I think you're an onomatopoeia. Wardy! I don't see it. What sounds is that meant to make? No, what, yeah, I don't. Do you see me and you think of my name? Like, I don't get it. I just don't got it. Thank you so much for the 3 years, Ravi. Tier 2 as well, what a hero. Got some love in the chat for Fear Dragon, guys. Appreciate it. As we do see the +1 armor on the Forge is coming up. Going to be finishing shortly. Those units from Harstem coming out into the center. Again, robotics facility about to finish up. As we do see the Bioforce from Cass. Starting to come down the right side. The 2 medevacs on the top left. They're going to be coming in towards the main base as well momentarily. And we still have that little bit of bio from Cass hanging around. They're actually going to be coming down to the bottom. So we'll be coming through there in just a moment. Cass is going to start dropping into the main base. So some probes going to be in some trouble right now. Widow Mines will burrow up. Zealots are in a lot of trouble as well. Here we go with the bio from Cass. Ready to run it on the right side as well. Going to hit that third base. Oh, Harstem actually soaks up those Widow Mine shots pretty nicely. Force fields over here feel pretty good. I feel like Harstem is kind of winning this fight with the shield batteries, or he's not dying in the fight at least, I guess. But I guess that's what shield batteries generally do. He cleans everything up in the main, but he still has to hold on over here. Harstem's still up 12 workers, remember. Harstem just needs a few zealots over here. I'm not sure where his zealot warpings have been going the last few moments. Oracle drops a revelation. There's a couple of Widow Mines currently not on cooldown that he's going to have to be very cautious of. That's tough. I mean, Cass has a lot of units here. The Widow Mines keep on pressing forward. The Widow Mine goes off on just a zealot or so. Whenever zealot charges in, Widow Mine goes down with it. And it looks as though Harstem will push Cass back. Rebuilds a shield battery. Drops another revelation. Keeping track of those Widow Mines as well. Very important at the moment. Oh, some SCVs coming across the map. So Cass is getting kind of serious here. But only a few. He actually just leaves it on 2-base saturation. As we're going to be seeing the Zealots start charging in. SCVs again will buy a little bit of time. Maybe Harstem needs to pull back and fight just a little bit further away from this. Towards that shield battery definitely. And he will pull some probes in himself. Knowing that he's killed a few of these workers here. Just trying to use the probes to buffer for the rest of the army. Another Zealot and a probe going down. A couple of Zealots now charging in. Widow Mine used on a Zealot that was already going to die. Second Immortal up. Harstem now has the +1 armor upgrade to counter the +1 attack of his opponent. He starts a Void Ray and also a +2 armor. The Void Ray might just be to try and jump on the Liberator. The Liberator there might cause some complications because he doesn't really have a huge Stalker count. Harstem thinking about that revelation, doesn't go for it yet. Another Zealot kind of runs into nothingness there. I mean, I like the Void Ray, actually. It's going to be pretty cool, but this is still a tough situation for Harstem, but getting better. Remember, he's been sat hugely ahead on income for the most part of this, apart from when he pulled workers a moment ago. So in general, he has a huge income lead, and so he will be mining more to build more army. You can see there's kind of a catching upwards trend of him dealing with this. SCV's coming across the map again from Cass. Oh, Harstem needs to be careful right now. This is the moment he really needs to just defend. The SCV stuff in the back. Probes will pull in again. Good force fields. That's the Zealots do a lot of damage. The probes do absorb a bunch of damage as well. The SCVs are down. Harstem's army still pressing in. Has a Void Ray and 3 Immortals. Again, they're very good units. The sentries are out of energy. The Zealots charging through. Feels like they're going to go down pretty fast. 2 Liberators show up, and I just don't think Harstem is actually going to be able to survive anymore. The Liberators especially push this army away. He loses attack time while doing so. And now Harstem's army is 29 to 73. He thought Harstem was holding on long enough to make that income difference really matter, but it turns out maybe it won't be, as we're going to be seeing the bio coming in. Picks off that gateway. Never would have minded. Burrows moves forward just a little bit again. Revelation from Harstem going to be coming in and going straight, not Revelation, recall from Harstem to the natural so he can try and defend without running through the Liberator. And that's going to be GG. He knows he doesn't have enough, and Cass will qualify for WCS win